Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my Season 3 wish list here in Season 4 wish list here in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 17,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I'm uploading every single day, tons of daily MyTEAM content, trying to hit 17K by the end, 18K actually, by the end of January. Not certain how realistic it's going to be, but we're going to do our very best, and I'd really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. That being said, without further ado, let's hop right into it. First thing, honestly, is the thing that I think has been the biggest flaw over the first 3 seasons, or not the biggest flaw, but one of the bigger flaws with content has been all of the awful mode rewards. We need to see pink diamond mode rewards in Season 3. If I see amethyst mode rewards again, or even diamond mode rewards again, I am going to be disappointed. If we see a bunch of diamond mode rewards and they're 93 overall diamonds and they're mediocre cards, they're not going to be all that good. And by the time that we get halfway through the season and people start getting to the point where they'd start getting to where they'd grind to finish modes, these cards aren't going to play for anybody, even if they're diamonds. But I mean, Amethyst Otis Thorpe, Amethyst David West, Amethyst DeAndre Jordan, Ron Harper, Artist Gilmore, Doug Christie, Jason Terry. Literally, how many of these cards have you run into online outside of Doug Christie? Like, I'm sure you've probably played Doug Christie a few times if you play Unlimited. I've played against this card a couple times because he's half decent. Outside of that, none of these other cards you literally ever see online. Even Pink Diamond Damian Lillard, who is the Domination Award. Not a card you're going to see online. He's not a very good online card. So that's a problem. It is a problem when all of these first 3 seasons of this year, not a single mode reward has been on the best team in the game at day 1, I don't think. Like, maybe 1 or 2 of the mode rewards in Season 1 were kind of close to day 1, but I don't really think so. That's a big issue because here's the thing. I can go grind my butt off and make a bunch of MT or spend money, whatever the case may be, and go pick up guys like Luka and Kobe and Wemby. And those are like the centerpieces of my team, right? Those are my guys. But what do you want me to do with these guys when I'm going into a game mode with my best players in the game and I go load into Clutch Time Online so that I can go get Amethyst Ron Harper? Like, is that exciting me? No, that's not exciting me. So the only reason I play Clutch Online is either if I just enjoy the mode, which, yes, play the game modes you enjoy regardless of rewards. I want to make that's important. But I either go play, it just gives me no reason to play any mode, basically, unless I just want to play the mode. It less incentivizes people for playing the game. And yes, making MT while playing the game is good this year. It is better than it's ever been. I feel like in Season 3 especially, it was even better. But I'm still not incentivized to play the game all that much with the best team in the game because the content, the rewards for playing the game just aren't guys who are going to make my team. And I think that's an issue. Not only that, I would like to see some other things tweaked as well with the gameplay. That is going to be my second request for Season 4. I don't think we're going to get it, but that's gameplay tweaks. The gameplay right now, in all honesty, in my opinion, it's a little bit better than it was 2 months ago, in my opinion, but it's not where it was in Season 1, and I still think it's pretty poor. The biggest flaw right now with the gameplay, to be honest, is not the shooting, and I don't even think it's really the speed-ups and the slowdowns and the contest system, although those are annoying. It's the CPU AI defense being absolutely ridiculous. People sitting in the corner and off-balling and just having their CPUs switch everything and off-balling the whole time. It is absolutely ridiculous how good off-ball defense and literally not playing defense at all yourself has become this year. It's the best off-ball defense has ever been, and it's a massive, massive flaw because it prevents people, plain and simple, from having fun. There are only a couple ways to, with any level of consistency at all, defeat off-ball defense, and those ways are not dribbling, are not 3-hunting, are not trying to create space from the AI, because that's just not going to happen against an elite defensive AI this year. It just doesn't happen, and it should. It's really problematic that the CPU AI, whatever you want to call it, off-ball defender, is better on the ball than the vast majority of on-ball players. And that's a big issue in my opinion, when the CPUs are literally glitching through screens and doing some absolutely ridiculous stuff. And I mean, you'll see some ridiculous stuff, some of the elite CPU defenders in this game. It is really, really annoying, and it takes away all the fun in playing a game mode like an Unlimited, because if you load up against a guy like that, I don't want to play somebody who plays like that for 30 minutes. It's miserable. It's not fun to play, and win or lose, it's just not enjoyable. Generally, people who play like that admittedly aren't that great at the game, but it is more effective than it has ever been to be a low-skill, cheesy player and win by doing that every single play. You will literally play against people who will go 5 out and backdoor every single play on offense, and then on defense will sit in the corner and off-ball the entire game. and they are very, very competitive. These people will beat you. Like, good players will beat good players because the gameplay is just so blech currently. I think it's very, very unskilled still in a lot of ways. I think it's gotten a little bit better because of a couple of, I would say, slightly higher skill quote unquote cards like Kobe, who have a little bit better animations to create with, even a guy like D-Book. But still, shot creation is so limited right now. We just don't have the elite jumpers, the elite animations, especially the elite dribble sticks, because I don't want fades. Like, the most effective way to score and 3-hunt, especially against CPUs, is to fade from the 3-point line. But I don't enjoy having to shoot fades every single play. I don't feel like that's a high, I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't feel very realistic that the most effective way to get threes against an elite player is to fade. That just seems really backwards, in my opinion. So it's not something that I'm a big fan of, and I think it's really taking away from the whole game, because if the gameplay was fun, it kind of makes up for other issues. Third wish, or I guess third thing on this list for Season 4, though, is going to be improved communication. 2K, we got to do better. Y'all got to communicate better. If you make a mistake, as happened twice in Season 3, you have to communicate about it better. You got to communicate with your player base more about the issues we're having. The Paul George situation was a catastrophe in a lot of ways. A PR nightmare for 2K for sure, but also something that pissed off a lot of the community. And have they redeemed themselves since? To a certain extent, I think, especially the Pink Diamond Chet home run they dropped yesterday helped a lot. And honestly, I personally believe that Pink Diamond Chet was basically their best way of trying to quote unquote, I guess, do a make right without actually admitting that they did anything wrong. But I think that was kind of the make right in a way, because the best power forward in the game, who all you have to do to get him is get 200 blocks, is a pretty ridiculous grind. I will say, I hope to see something like this Chet Holmgren grind in Season 4 as well, though. Would really, really like to see this type of thing continue, where we get a player like this once a month that is a really, really good player, top 3 player at their position-ish, and it is an attainable free card. If we got somebody like this once a month, that would be absolutely awesome. Even if it was just once or twice a season, it'd be great. Which honestly leads me into my next thing as well, which is the Gauntlet. I personally think the Gauntlet is just it was an awesome idea that was implemented very poorly after Season 1, in my opinion. Lamar Odom and Joe Johnson, for one, are just not good enough cards to incentivize people to really care about the Gauntlet, even with the ability to get every single badge. But not only that, Lamar Odom was just a little bit of a spit in the face. Like, Joe Johnson was okay, I guess. I understand it's clutch online, so there's no skill-based matchmaking. It's a little bit easier to go 15-0 for him. And he was still a top 5 player at his position when he was first available. Lamar Odom, I don't think, was ever a top 5 player at his position. If he was, it was very borderline. And he is the hardest Gauntlet we've ever gotten. 12 wins in a row and unlimited, especially with how sweaty unlimited is these days, is kind of ridiculous. This card should have been elite, and the fact that he wasn't completely took away any sort of value from the Gauntlet. If we get a Gauntlet player in Season 4, which I'm hoping that we continue to get Gauntlet players, if we do get a Gauntlet player in Season 4, I'm praying that the player is going to be better. It doesn't have to be the best player at their position. You don't have to drop the best player at their position every single week for free. I'm not asking for that. Although Chet was awesome, and we'd love to see more stuff like Chet, this Lamar Odom would have been awesome if they just dropped him as a pink diamond, or just dropped him as a better diamond. Give him 90 speed and 90 3 ball and 90 lateral quickness and 90 interior instead of 85. Give him a couple extra badges. Just make him a little bit better. They could have made this Lamar Odom card a lot better, and it's something that we haven't seen, and it's something that I'm not a fan of. And then I will say there is one other thing that I'm kind of waiting on in Season 4 as well, which is hopefully just better SIGs. I'm asking for cards that have better SIGs. Give me some guys who can 3-hunt and create and just dribble and create separation from a defender. It is so frustrating not being able to create separation, and I understand to a certain extent that's just an issue with the AI. Like, the gameplay, again, needs to be patched. Honestly, I'm really praying that we get a Season 4 patch that it says something about toned down the effectiveness of CPU off-ball defense, or something along those lines. I don't know what they would say it as, but the CPU does not move enough, does not slide enough. It's too hard to create space. It's impossible to create space, really, from a CPU, with the exception of a few moves. Like, spin jumpers create a lot of space. Step backs can create space from a CPU defender, but there's not that much that really creates a lot of space from a CPU defender, which in my opinion is just a real shame. But as a whole, I actually do think 2K's done a pretty darn good job of content recently. Budget cards have been way more consistent and way better. There are elite free cards and budget cards at pretty much every single position that can at least compete at a pretty high level against top cards in the game. And I'm thinking that will honestly continue. At least I'm hoping that continues. But I think 2K has done a very good job as of late with both free content and budget content. I just hope to see the last few weeks of this season, the way that it's been for budget content and free content, continue into Season 4 and the rest of the the year, because it will continue to bring new players in the player base. Multiple of my friends who haven't been playing my team in a long time, really haven't played all year, have gotten back on in the past week and have been grinding because of things like Chet and these elite budget cards that are available. The fact that the game is easier than ever to compete in even at a no money spent level, which is really, really good. I actually do think this game has a lot of momentum. I just hope that it doesn't get completely ruined in Season 4, and I think it can be continued with the things that I suggested in this video. So, with that being said, that is good for this one. Let me know what y'all are looking forward to in Season 4 and what y'all want to see. And if y'all did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.